Now, calling in from the United States of America, we have our correspondent, Ms. Akano. She will be expanding on some of the breaking top developing stories from the United States. Good evening, Ms. Akano. My first question to you tonight is, why did UNICEF chief Henrietta Fore chose to resign? Why has she chosen to resign?
Good evening, Metafriado Glow and dear viewers. Henrietta Fore, the head of the UNICEF, announced her retirement on Tuesday in order to dedicate herself full-time to care for her husband, who is suffering from a severe health issue. Ms. Ford described holding the position of executive director as a great honor in a statement to colleagues, and said it had been a difficult decision. It is both thrilling and fascinating to help the world's children. She addressed the UNICEF staff. You have accomplished incredible things at an extraordinary time, and we still have so much more to do. She said she would remain in the position until the conclusion of this year's executive board cycle and the start of the UN General Assembly in September, and she will stay until a successor has been chosen. She will be leading the agency's strategic plan development in the meantime, as well as focus on countries' access to COVID-19 vaccines, ensuring a bright future for every child, and further accelerate our work in development and humanitarian contexts to provide a bright future for every child. Secretary General Antonio Guterres stated in a statement published through his spokesperson that he fully understood Ms. Fore's decision and accepted her resignation with deep regret. Ms. Ford was praised by UN Secretary General for her excellent work to address the significant challenges that children and young people face across the world.
Well, thank you for that. Moving on to the next question. Senate Democrats revealed a 3.5 trillion plan. Now, where will this money be spent and how will it be spent?
Senate Democratic leaders revealed on Tuesday evening that they had reached an agreement on a $3.5 trillion spending proposal to fund a substantial extension of the economic safety net. According to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of New York City, the $3.5 trillion would be on top of the $579 billion funding under the bipartisan infrastructure agreement. He stated that the agreement would include a robust expansion of Medicare, which would consist of additional benefits such as dental, eyes, and hearing coverage, as well as significant financing for clean energy. If we pass this, it will be the greatest meaningful change in generations to benefit American families, he added. According to a Democratic aide, the agreement will prohibit tax increases on small firms and those earning less than $400,000. The announcement highlights a dilemma for Democrats who will need to agree on a massive bill financed by additional tax money in order to push it through razor-thin congressional majorities with no realistic chance of winning Republican backing. In a 50-50 Senate, Democrats have no room for error, and losing only 4 votes in the House would put the legislation on the verge of collapsing. This is our breaking news for tonight. Thank you for having me on Focal Point. Good night.
Well, thank you, Mr. Akano, for expanding to our viewers today's breaking stories coming in from the United States. Good night to you as well, and catch you next week. Now, coming up are the figures of COVID-19 infected cases, deaths, and recoveries in some West African countries.